Say man, want to see how I transform my Glock 45 into the ultimate performance machine? Stick around and find out for this full breakdown on this incredible build. You don't want to miss it. What's going on everybody? It's your boy Draco-Beamn. Welcome back to the channel where we break down some of the best builds and upgrades out there. Today I'm showcasing my Glock 45 and I got it outfitted with some of the top of the line parts because I wanted maximum performance. So let's just dive right into it. CR safe, by the way. So just a build. All this is a Glock 19 slide with a Glock 17 lower. And I wanted to say something. No matter what you do to a Glock, it is still a Glock. Glock intentionally allows us to take their platform and to build upon it, which is why sometimes we may complain about the sights, but Glock knows that we're just gonna take them sights off and put some better ones on that better suit us anyways. It's really a great idea. Some platforms such as like Canic, I don't know if you ever took like a Canic apart, extremely difficult. I've done it like 4 or 5 times and I promise you I
knew you was lying. I knew you was lying, man.
it every single time. And this is throwing Canic under the bus, but I'm just using it as an example. So just try to keep that in mind. You can build this exactly how you want it because it's a tool. And with this tool, you are able to use it and it's only gonna do what you push it to do. So that's just a little brief overview of my history of why I chose this and where we going with this build. I'm basically complete with this build. So let's just start at the top. I did go with a lead and steel PB3. And as you can see, it is a pretty big optic in general, really big mailbox. It's an aim point acro PB2 clone. Instead of cloning it and making it cheesy, they cloned it and arguably made it better. Also, Lead and Steel is releasing a new optic and they're out on pre-order on the website. And I may look into it, I did look into it a little bit, and it's more cheaper than the aim point acro PB2. And because of that, it's just an easy decision. When you can cut corners, I think you should. The only difference is between this one and the new one is edges. As you can see, they're kind of pointy, which I haven't run into any issues with it in waistband carry, but you can see that they're pointy. But on the new one, and I'll leave a picture up so everybody can see what the the new ones look like, but they are still called the PB3. All they did was round the edges and smooth the edges out a little bit more. It just made it even better. The ergonomics of it, I just love it all together. I think that it goes very well with the Glock. I have the CNH comp. It's an aim point acro footprint. It sits pretty low and I don't have any problems out of it. And it stays on. I don't have to constantly retighten it while I'm at the range. Just a little Loctite on the screws and we good to go. And so moving forward, I did go with the NDZ recoil spring. I'm not saying that this is the best spring in the world, but when you could cut corners, you should. Although the aftermarket parts are ready available for Glock, they are expensive. So when you can cut corners and still get a decent product that can perform, you should. And it's a 15-pound spring. So while I'm at the range, it does cycle faster than the 17. And always remember that the 15-pound spring, to me, this is my opinion, is the sweet spot. You can go lower than that, but you may have to worry about your firing pin and other stuff like that, swapping those parts out to the appropriate. And I really don't know the science behind that entirely. So I just found that 15 pounds is good for me and it works. I don't have to change out any parts to match it. I don't have to do much backwards planning when it comes to that. I also went with the Overwatch Precision trigger. It is a flat face trigger. And I'll just give you a rundown on how flat it is. I believe what they did with this trigger was decrease the over travel. As you see, you can see how it sits in the trigger wheel. It's not far away out here. So it alleviated some of that travel that you have with the stock Glock triggers. And I thought that was pretty dope. You notice, which I thought was pretty dope, notice I also have Battlefield Green extended controls. The slide lock works, the extended mag release works, and it's easy to take the slide off and stuff like that. The controls are extended, but not to a point to where it's going to become a problem with your holstering. And a lot of people don't think about, which is why I'm dropping these type of videos. And moving forward, I am releasing a 5-part series, so it'll be 5 videos. Basically, those who are new to the pistol game or want to purchase a firearm for the first time. So I'm going to give you a list of things to consider, and backwards planning when it comes to building is important. Be on the lookout for that. I also paired it with the Surefire S300 weapon light, and this weapon light is very reliable. I like the way that it fits. As you can see, very dope, easy to manipulate. Surefire switches are always a little stiff. You can like loosen them up. I just put a little bit of oil in there and then just manipulate them until it loosens up a little bit. They made it this way is so that the switches, it doesn't ignite while it's in the holster, and then you burning out your batteries. If the light is on and you don't know it, and then you may need to use it in a hostile environment or something, or a hostile situation, your light not working could hinder, gotta see what you're shooting at, right? I mean that in a respectful way, in a safe way. One thing that I also love about this build is my mag well. Sherman made this mag well. This is my second time building this. And if the first build wasn't good, I'm not gonna rack it, but I do want everyone to see how flush it does fit. And you are able to pair it with like an extended base plate. I got my extended base plate from PMM, and we're gonna talk about PMM coming up next. But I got mine's from PMM, but it just hasn't arrived yet, and I believe that it does arrive today. I mean, it's supposed to arrive Saturday, but it never arrived. So it's probably just the weather that slowed down. As you can see, it is a flush fitting. It is compatible with the Glock factory bags in the base plate. And if you need to, you can rip it out in case you do have malfunction. And it's funneled, so you are getting your quicker reloads. Yeah. And so next, let's talk about this stipple job. See how dope this stipple job is. And it's like a rustic feel. It was by a good friend of mine's, and he was referred to me by my good friend Carl. And I promise you, within 3 days of dropping it off, he was kind of updating me as he went. I did enjoy seeing the process. And I am about to butcher the business name, but I will write it and include it on the screen. So it's called Le Gusta Una Imagine. I'm gonna include that right here so everybody can see it, because I know I just butchered that. So anyway, I did use Fusion suppressor height night sights, and these sights are good. I went with a PMM comp. This comp is incredible. Now, aesthetic wise, do I think it looks better than the Ramjet and the Afterburner, which I have 2 of those on my other Glock 19 builds? Nah, I don't think it looks aesthetically better than them, but does it perform, or could it possibly potentially outperform it? That's something that we just gonna have to compare, but just based off of what I gained by using them both, I think the PMM really does have Ramjet beat. That'll be a great video, so let's recap that at another time, and let's just get down to the range performance. For some odd reason, I just want people to know this. You may love a pistol, or you may incorporate on getting a new pistol, and you may like everything about it, but sometimes we don't shoot well with it. So I believe that the pistol chooses its owner. And this is just one of those pistols that chose me. As I'm practicing my build drills, drawing from the holster, I'm much faster. I'm able to acquire the targets much faster. The recoil is minimum. The dot is crisp, the dot is clear. I'm able to get it back on target really fast. And it shoots phenomenal. It's just an amazing build, everything. We discussed today with this Glock, it's all subjective. This really just fits me, but I wanted to just kind of introduce this so everyone else can enjoy and appreciate it as well, and maybe use it as a little bit of inspiration if you're in the middle of building a Glock and you're trying to figure out which way you want to go with it. This is that great place to begin with how my Glock is made. I went with a PMM barrel because this is the micro comp, and you have to pair it, you have to buy them both together. So I got a lot of great things that I'm about to begin introducing to the channel, and appreciate everybody for tuning in. All my constant supporters, all my friends that support me, that text me saying great video, all of that. I appreciate everyone who's sharing the post. Let me know down in the comments what you think of my build. and let me know what your favorite build is that you have created, or just an idea that you may have. It's your boy Draco-Beamn. Thanks for tuning in. Be on the lookout for part 2, and I will attach B-roll for the next couple minutes, but if you want to see the full range day, there will be a range day attached to this video, so be on the lookout for that. I have great things coming up, and I'm doing a giveaway, so be on the lookout for the giveaway as well. Turn on your notification bell. 93% of people that are viewing, new viewers, are not subscribing. Please join our community. This is a great community, so join our community and just let's get with this mission that we on. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Draco-Beamn. I appreciate everything. Gleeful.